Inbound Wheeler. Indiana needs a three. Wheeler tiptoeing the baseline out to Boston. Boston will hoist. Oh, send us into overtime. Big minutes two here for Maya Caldwell. Caldwell gets inside, lost the handle, gets it back. Shot clock down to 7. Shovels to Boston, who fakes and scores. Here is Berger, finds some space, leaves it short. Boston, another offensive rebound. She leads the WNBA on the offensive glass, and she goes right back to work.
25 points off turnovers doesn't hurt either. Again, a post touch for Boston. Boston lays it up.
That game in Indianapolis.
When you're a young team and you're taking on the world champions and you play them to 4 points, that's how you gain your confidence.
You got that right. Up and under move is good. Aliyah Boston.
There's Mitchell, crossover, entry. It's Nalissa Smith, Julianne. There's Boston in the kick out. First three-point try of the game is money.
Boston back on. Shot clock down to 3, and she muscles that one up good.
Just having none of that early, forcing Christy Sides to call an early timeout. Out of that timeout, right to Boston inside, up and in.
Berger pulls down the offensive rebound. A fresh shot clock here for Indiana. Berger back for Boston, muscling inside. Good position. Boston with a finish.
You're just expected to be able to shoot everywhere. Boston, quick first step.
Indiana has also been in multiple close games over the course of the last few weeks. They just lost by 4 to the Aces. They're hungry to finish.
Of 6 overall with a steal. Over the shoulder, Boston head up, spinning, finishing.
Pipkins that time gives it up. Boston spin move. She gives the Fever the lead right back.
Vivians gets inside, runs out of room. Back for Wheeler, inside Boston. Boston muscles inside and finishes.
Rebound taken down by Indiana. Mitchell re-racks and fires no. Aliyah Boston, there's where you don't want her to happen if you're a Seattle Storm fan, because Aliyah Boston is going to finish all of those.
Back to Boston. Boston fakes it in, and an and one.
It can be just so deadly. On the glass.
Boston sets the screen, rolls, one dribble. Rookie, are you kidding?
More about the team than herself every time. As the shot goes up, she tries to clean it up. It's batted around. She gets another chance. One too many. And a Fever on the board first.
Veteran against a rookie, too, with Boston.
First look at Aliyah Boston offensively. She converts.
Just that against Marina Mabry on Thursday. Wallace sees the double team, feeds Boston. Boston the shot fake, got Parker in the air. She's automatic when that happens.
Stokes back on, matched up against Boston, and Boston just kept working her way into the left side.
Wheeler floats it up, another rebound for Boston, who puts it back. 91 to 89, and the rookie with a big-time bucket.
WNBA career without Nalissa Smith beside her. She'll get even more of the focus, the defensive attention here this afternoon. Boston backing in on Jones, good position, and flips it in.
Especially other players that can really appreciate this level of talent.
Hoops is hoops. Aliyah Boston.
Boston, a deep two, she connects. Boston back in. Boston taking it at Deladon. Boston spinning. Rookie wins the matchup.
Of a loss, and that was the low point, I think, at 1-7. Boston, the turnaround goes.
Wallace, bounce pass. Wheeler fires. Good look. Boston rebound. Boston put back. Now the silver lining of these injuries is the Fever get them right into the All-Star break as Boston backdoor pass. It's Wheeler.
3 of 5, then they went a little drought. They missed their last 3, and now they're heating up again.
Inside to Aliyah Boston, she adds to her totals.
Caldwell draped on Williams. Here is Elizabeth Williams, back for Courtney, shot fakes, had it deflected. Oh, that's all Boston, and Boston the outlet pass. Smith gets behind the defense and lays it in.
Communication for Indiana, who almost turned it over, but somehow saved it. And now Diamond Miller almost got a hand on it, but the end result is an Aliyah Boston field goal.
Mitchell picked up by Plum. Boston Boston in the high post. She had a lot of room to move and works her way inside good.
Put up 16 assists against Minnesota in this building.
Smith behind the arc, inside board. Boston puts it up. Some contact inside. No whistle. They let him play.
Maria Vivian's in trouble. Picks up her dribble. And here's Mitchell now with 6 to shoot. What a bounce pass. Boston pump fake. She got Kone in the air, and she's got another deuce.
Along the baseline, can't quite get the reverse, but Boston can't put it away. One more try. She was untouched.
Less aggressive on the ball. The easy pass to Bonner.
Boston slips inside and lays it in. Here's Boston backing in. Boston trying to muscle her way through, fading and getting the shot to go. Has not trailed in the extra session. They have not trailed since the second quarter. Indiana's been right on their tail lately as Boston goes back to work.
Boston has been fed early in Connecticut. Nice finish by Boston.
Mitchell more than capable of that. She's got 21 all of a sudden. Mitchell on the drive, gets inside, hands off Boston.
Just immediately dived and rolled off. 10 now to shoot here for Wheeler, defended by Courtney Williams. We play on. Boston with the offensive rebound and putback.
Hoping to seal it here in the final 3+ minutes of the fourth quarter. Boston spinning on Juhasz. Aliyah Boston, she's not done.
Number one job on this end of the floor is number one. Melissa Smith in blue. You have got to cool her down. Aliyah Boston.
Her numbers, assist to turnover, have been eye-popping, astonishing. Name your descriptive term. Boston, wow.
Boston battling with Jones, gets position, and Boston lays it in. We'll talk with Aliyah Boston after this one on her magnificent night as Wheeler right up the middle. Couple more for Boston.
Sky's gotten some good looks the last couple of possessions. How about that on the break?
Best friend, she said, when she was interviewed by our Megan Triplett.
An empty pair from the line there for Jackie Young. Vivian's inside. There's Boston.
Boston going at Cheyenne Parker. That's a professional move.
Teams in the league. That means this game's going to come down to boxing out.
Boston again.
The Liberty still holding on to a 6-point lead here in the first half in Indianapolis. Mitchell feeds, tight quarters, it's Boston.
Check my stats, but I think she was 5 for 6 at halftime, and she's still 5 for 6, and there's her first shot attempt.
Be a confidence builder for Indiana.
Mismatch inside. Wheeler somehow got it to Boston.
And I think that timeout came at a right time. I mean, the game is full of runs, so being able to refocus and really make it easy for Aliyah Boston, just little things like that. Hey.
Ryan Howard, 15 points, leads all scores. Wheeler drops it. Here is Boston, who connects. Wheeler off the Boston screen. Wheeler gets inside. Wheeler through the contact, no whistle. Boston the stick back. There's Smith with the offensive rebound for Indiana. Fever 7th. Boston goes to work, makes it home. Good position. There's Boston, who ran into a wall in Wilson. Boston pivoting and gets it to go. Parker now has 10 points and 5 rebounds. Boston with 11 points and a couple of blocks. This time it's Boston's turn, and the offensive Aliyah Boston wins the battle. The Liberty will likely be without a center here for the final 6-12. Can Boston and the Fever take advantage? That's a good start. We've seen terrific support here from the Indianapolis community to start the season. Boston, a big reason why.
Possessions where we don't go through her. We look inside, there's the double team. She tries to split up and through.
Alyssa Thomas 0 for 5 in the game against New York, 1 for 6 tonight.
Christie Side some nice minutes, so too is Boston. Boston turns, pivots, and finishes.
Why not give Boston some ISO opportunities perfectly? And then that trail 3 makes her lethal in the offense.
And count the bucket.
Collier. Ooh, the slap by Boston. And Indiana's leading scorers are just very quiet so far in this first half. Juhasz trying to find room to work. Good defense by Boston.
Yeah, the Aces led in the first quarter back on June 4th. As Wilson gets sandwiched, gets another chance, just barely got the shot up.
This team is making massive improvement from the last few years where they just have struggled.
And a backdoor cut there by Jewel.
They're right back in this within game's reach.
Howard gets by Wallace, runs into Boston, who denies her. This game is flipped on its head after the Mercury led by 9. It's now a Fever 9-point advantage, blocked by Boston.
Want to get some easy points in transition, and that's exactly what the Fever do right there.
4 points for Smith, and the block denial by Boston.
Knowing Kelsey Mitchell, it's not surprising.
Thomas trying to bully her way inside. Good defense by Boston, who stands her ground.
The space that she just created made it nearly impossible to even contest that. That's that gear that we talked about with Kelsey Mitchell.
Boston comes up with a steal, gets it ahead to Hull. Dangerfield somehow chases it down. It's already the 5th offensive rebound for Dallas, but they turn it over.
Not her usual 1 to 5 foot.
The only thing is just, it's not a time to trade baskets. You want to be able to really put a dent in the lead, and one way you do that is keep them from scoring as much as possible.
Oh, how did Boston do that? Just took that pass out of midair.
Wallace. Hull. Go inside. Back kick. Hull lays it up and in.
As many games this season in June than they did all of last year.
Yeah, they come in 5-8. They were 5-31 last season. As the backdoor cut is good, the reverse for Mitchell.
Just continuing to dominate. It doesn't matter what team she's on.
16 at New York's.